Hi, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys doing? All right. Well, I got a story for you. There's a new startup trying to introduce supersonic flight into the commercial airspace and commercial airspace industry. And this person is actually going to create the first prototype by the end of the year. It's been 13 years since the Concorde's last flight, and basically they want to bring back that kind of technology plus what we have today. And a Silicon Valley entrepreneur behind his new plane called Boom wants to basically make it to where you can go between between New York and London in 4 hours. His first prototype will have 40 seats and move at, he says, around 1450 miles per hour. There's a little bit of this and that as far as what this is going to be allowed and how this is going to operate, because especially in the United States via the FAA and many other countries, I imagine almost every single country has laws against this, but supersonic flight is actually illegal currently through commercial travel. This guy named Scholl, who's 35, said his team of experienced aerospace engineers will build a test prototype plane by the end of next year, and commercial flights could begin just a few years after that. And basically, the idea behind the Boom plane will be 40 seats in 2 rows, either side of the aisle, or however it ends up being arranged. And the plane basically will cruise at 60,000 feet AGL, as well as direct access to drinks and other things, so you'll be able to walk around the plane and stuff, supposedly. Although at 1450, I almost wonder how. Basically, this is mainly an idea for the business class people. There's a huge market out there. More than 20 million a year fly business class internationally. We can take them 2.2 Mach, 1451 mph, and faster than the Concorde, which flew at a top speed of 2.04, and save them half their journey time. Scholl reckons there's much demand for faster international travel, and affordable supersonic flights could be possible and become a $100 billion market. He said his plane could work on 500 different routes, but will concentrate initially on London to New York, San Francisco, Tokyo, Los Angeles to Sydney, etc. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, as I told you before, like most countries, actually banned supersonic air travel over land. So this will definitely be interesting to see how this is absolutely integrated. I mean, this is a flat-out ban, folks. I mean, obviously his money, yeah, he can buy the rights thereof. But anyways, imagine departing in New York at 6 a.m. and landing in Heathrow at 2:30 p.m. in London time. Scholl said, you'll be able to make afternoon meeting. You can stay until 9:30 p.m. and have productive day, and back in New York by 8 p.m. that night local time. So you can tuck your kids into bed. Now, there's obviously several competing companies to this sort of thing, but basically the idea is that, ladies and gentlemen, we're reaching a point where these 20-hour flights are no longer necessary. I mean, I'm looking at half my reasoning why I can't get to my Dubai company that I want to, and that's because for a 20-hour flight, ladies and gentlemen, it's nearly $2,000. Now, he says it's going to be $5,000 for this, but can you imagine 5 to 10 years after this plane gets done doing what it does, folks? And the industry and aviation changed so much that this becomes a near norm to fly at, say, 800 or 900 feet per hour or miles per hour. And where you can make a Detroit Metro to Phoenix in less than 20 minutes or 25 minutes. And that ticket down the road for passengers is, I don't know, 25, 35, 85 bucks. So that means your London or your New York to London, ladies and gentlemen, for 4 hours would generally be what? At that ratio, it would take the 5K and drop it down to, say, probably 800-900, at least 1,200. Well, shoot, an average flight in either direction is 2K. So this is definitely going to help out, folks. And it'll create serious competition for the other commercial airliners to match up. No doubt Emirates already has their line of Boeings with the same capability lined up. No doubt every other major commercial airliner has 1 or 2 concepts they're going to be trying out in the next decade. I guarantee you by the 2020s, the mid-2020s, your domestic flights will be $200. Your international flights will almost be mandatorily under $2,000. We see it now, but it's not as stringent. It's not as pronounced. I was looking at kayak for a 4-day to Dubai for hotel and plane. It's still going to run me almost $1,800. And I need to go there to do my startup.